Welcome back to the GSL Code S. Excuse me. How are you doing, Artosis?
I'm doing well, Tasteless. Deer isn't, though.
Deer is not. I was a bit of an upset. I mean, Dark's very, very good. Yes,
Yeah.
SK Telecom Zerg. But, I mean, I thought especially, against an opponent like Deer, I thought Deer was going to perform a little bit better.
Well, how does Deer make it out of this group now when he has YongHwa and Life as the other two players? He already lost.
Does not get out of this group.
Yeah, it's very possible, and I would say even likely at this point. These guys are just too good. Like, how are you going to come out of that loser match? It's going to be so, so tough. But let's go ahead and talk about this match a little bit, Tasteless. YongHwa against Life.
Yep, against Life here. YongHwa is he's kind of a tragic hero of StarCraft II.
Yeah.
He's always been very good. I mean, all the way back to the old school days when Nesp was dominating. I mean,
yeah, he's been one of the best Protoss in the world non-stop.
Easily. Yeah.
And he does well in other stuff like qualifiers and whatnot, but just can't make it happen.
When it comes to individual leagues, he does not, or tends not to succeed.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider the people that he's been playing with since the beginning.
Yeah.
The very, very best of the best.
Yeah, he's always. It's weird, man, but this happens to people, and the thing is, it starts like you have a couple bad results, and then you start maybe feeling a little bit shaky about yourself and feeling like maybe I just can't perform.
I mean, it becomes like a cycle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, here I am once again in an individual league. What do I associate with this? Losing? Defeat? Failure?
Yeah. It can be a mental block, and I feel like that might be where he's at.
And you got somebody like Life here. I mean, this guy's super young. He's been incredibly successful. A royal roader, actually.
Indeed.
And I don't think he's going to have any kind of psychological blocks like that YongHwa might be facing.
No, Life can always play well. So we'll see how he does here, though, because he's oftentimes a very aggressive Zerg, kind of stylistic in the way that he plays a lot of the time. But he makes it work. The thing is, YongHwa, generally known for very rock-solid defense. So yeah. I'm not sure if Life is going to be able to like trick him or kill him off early.
We'll have to see. Either way, man, the guy that loses this has a tough road up ahead because he's going to be up against the likes of Deer. So it's a tough group.
Yeah,
it's a tough group.
It truly is. It's
really hard to call this one.
Yeah, crazy to see. But I'm wondering, man, is Dark going to just get right out of here? I think he definitely could. But
that would be an interesting twist as well, considering.
Yeah, I think not many people expected it, but Kid is legit good. All right, so Tasteless, here we go. It's going to be Ultrazine Stronghold. We just watched this map in another PvZ. Let's see what YongHwa has planned here. Hopefully not walk across the map, lose units, and then lose the game 10 minutes later.
The losing the sentries followed up by getting beaten back into your base and not having anti-air is not the best strategy.
It's an okay strat, but not the best for sure.
Not in the good half of strategies you can do here. We do see a lot of Protoss focused very much so on air. Love to see. Life, who's known for his harass early on, might not be doing that as much since this map is so big. It might not be necessary. So let's see how these two guys play. In our second best of three here, YongHwa against Life at GOMTV.
YongHwa versus Life.
Artie Mitosis.
Tasteless Mitosis.
Count Tastula. To you, good sir.
No, you're not a count.
I am a count. I am the count. I am the count.
You're not the count. The count is on Sesame Street.
Well, PvZ here, they're both hugging the right side of the map. Again, this is a huge map.
Yes, it's
What is that down there? Is that a road cone moving around? Is that a newspaper hat?
Yes, it's a newspaper hat.
Yeah.
With rocket boosters.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, man. Well, welcome to the studio.
Welcome to the studio, guys. Kappa.
Guys in the studio.
By the way, guys, as we always say, entry to the studio is free. Feel free to come down. Samsung Station, exit 2, walk straight. We're on the right.
That's right.
Floor 2.
Can't miss it.
After you go up to the elevator, make a right.
Yeah, you can't miss that either.
You walk into the studio, sit down in a chair.
Yeah.
And you're pretty much set.
So we have a scout here from YongHwa. Sees what's going on. Sees that hatchery and whatnot. And, will we see a second pool? It looks like yes. I mean, a second hatch, sorry.
Yeah.
He like goes
pool, I don't
double
know about that
spawning pool.
strategy. Just in case I lose one.
And the greed does continue. Now, kind of interesting. He's started a Zealot when it's really obvious that there's not a spawning pool. So I wonder what this is for. Like, this could just be part of his build built in. Saved a lot of chrono boost as well. I wonder if we're actually just going to see like a 4-gate.
That's possible.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I don't really blame YongHwa for doing the strategy here because this is such a big map.
Yeah, why not? And
yeah,
with no gas, like if he's just going to be playing against a bunch of slow Zerglings, like this is definitely something that could work.
Let's see where he decides to put that pylon, because the gateways are now being planted. We will have, I assume, just 4 gates. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
And this is a strategy, if you're not that familiar with StarCraft, that if it doesn't work, the game pretty much ends.
Yeah.
It's not like there's not really a plan B here.
This is basically like one of the oldest strategies in the game. And
this was actually like original strategy that Protoss had.
It was ridiculous because
it was too strong at the time as well.
Oh god, it was way too
crazy.
strong. They had to nerf gateway build time and the research time for warp gate by huge margins.
The warp gate. I can't talk today. The warp gate research time was so short then.
Yeah, it was like 1 chrono and the thing was done.
Yeah.
It's like so silly. PvP was fun. Oh yeah. All right, so this looks a little bit weird. He is throwing up a spine now, trying to figure out what's going on, making 10 lings. There is no going back, Tasteless.
YOLO.
And he sees it. It is just a straight up 4-gate all-in.
4-gate all-in.
He may as well just give up this hatchery down here. Like,
yeah.
Well, the thing is, he needs the larva. He needs to just... He's every little resource that he can get, you know. Oh my god, look at this. A lot of stalkers being warped in, and these stalkers against slow lings can be microed forever.
Life in some trouble here. This is definitely a map that Zerg like to play on, and he might just get cheesed out here. Spinecrawler's up. There's a second one on the way. He does lose that 1 Zealot that's there to tank. Even like the positioning of the pylon there, it's actually a bit of an obstruction.
Yeah.
Or anything coming down.
That was certainly planned. And here we go. He's made some Zealots now, trying to go up this ramp. There is a Spinecrawler with another one on the way. Can Light hold on here? The Zergling's actually getting some really good surface area on everything and holding him back.
Yeah, he does take out everything that was there. All the Zealots are now gone. He's going to have to warp in another round. But the problem is that you need to do more than just damage the Zerg here. You need to actually kill them with a strategy like this. Note that he's not using that hatchery anymore. There's a counterattack here. Just hitting these pylons, which will force at least 1 stalker to be warped in over there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to warp in a sentry instead. But you know what? This has been held. Just to throw that out there. It's 19 probes, but only 21 drones. So... Life is going to have to start droning up a little bit, and YongHwa is going to have to expand. I don't think it's wise to try to break 3 spines and queens and lings on top of a ramp.
Yeah, so from here he might have to back off, and he is going to go ahead and make another Nexus now.
Yeah. Kind of a cool opening, but a good hold by Life. He was really quick about making that first Spinecrawler.
Yeah.
If he hadn't made a Spinecrawler, this game would probably just be done right this second.
The placement of the first one was very good, too, because it wasn't a location that could be sniped very easily from the stalkers from afar. And from here on out, I mean, there's not much that you can really do with the ground army down here, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. They aren't really going to get anything done. Now, YongHwa is eventually just going to have to go home. You know, he doesn't know exactly, like, has the gas been taken? Is Zergling speed going to be on the way? Because there's a ton of Zerglings. So if he has all these units out on the map and a ton of Speedlings come out and kill his army, then he's actually going to, I mean, how are you going to recover from that?
Twilight Council now coming down here. Protoss is starting to build up the tech. One of the reasons why this strategy early on for Protoss is strong is because they neglect all tech. You just get a bunch of units out and you're not making probes.
It's
which is why ideally you want to just kill them at that point in time. So it's pretty tricky to kind of recover from this.
It certainly is.
And I mean for the Protoss even to recover if the attack has failed, right? Because he's stuck on Warp Gate tech. Zerg just remakes the hatch. He transfers most of the drones out of there. And again, on a map this big, a second attack from YongHwa via ground is probably not going to be effective, against player with the caliber of Life.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he's already made 4 gates and he already has all these units. So it's not like he can just switch into Stargate Tech or something. That's going to be really a weak move. So
yeah, it'll be far too late.
He's decided to go ahead and research Blink, and I think that is the right call. But if he really tries with an offensive, I'd be very surprised if it ends up working. Life is out there. He's starting to spread his creep. He's getting his Zergling speed. And, I mean, this is like a very obvious follow-up. You got to work with what you already have with the 4-gate. And I feel like there's just no way that this is going to catch Life off guard enough to actually kill him off.
Yeah, and Life is really shifting gears into having a strong economy right now. Teching up and upgrading everything. Life's looking very good right now. So I guess we're just going to have a Blink timing attack here with the additional gates.
That's what it looks like.
The attempts for Protoss here might be a bit futile, but there's not much else he can do.
Yeah.
So might as well try.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like we said at the start of this game, if the initial attack doesn't kill the Zerg, I mean, there's not like a lot of real options. I guess this is probably the best plan B.
Well, we'll see if it works. He's warping in quite a few Stalkers right now. He's got a good amount of sentries in here as well. And you know what? If he gets up into position, can force field that ramp also, that would be pretty huge.
Okay, he's coming around now here with these Lings. Nice blink over to where the rest of the group is.
Well, these Lings are at least buying time right now.
You can see he was hoping to find a pylon somewhere on his way down there. I believe there's a pylon, what, in the middle right? Yes, there is.
Yeah, he's warping it right now.
Yeah, there he is.
It's not quite warped in yet, but we have 15 roaches on the way now. And with this much creep and no detection, I don't know, man. YongHwa is going to have to go so deep on creep to try to kill him.
Yeah, and this is going to be really hard for him here. Now he has the Lings in the back here to just try to keep this army protecting that pylon. And as Artosis was saying, there's a lot of creep here. So, I mean, this is a long distance to try to warp into from.
YongHwa pushing forward. Those spine crawlers have been moved to the low ground, of course. Making even more spines at the moment. And here we go. YongHwa pushing forward. A lot of speedlings coming out. But this is a kind of thin area. These force fields could be very good.
They're continuing to edge in now. He takes out that spine crawler. He's going to have to back up here and warp in another group of units. The warping goes completely fine. The Lings don't manage to take out that pylon, but now coming in here, and it looks like he's going to get there with that spine crawler. Nice force fields here.
Yeah, really nice.
He does not want those sentries, though, in the front. The sentries are taking a lot of damage here.
And look at these force fields. He's just trapping layer upon layer of units, picking off as much as he possibly can, but down goes one of the pylons.
Life, yeah, is doing a fantastic job here of denying reinforcements. He regroups now, blinking back here.
That's his last pylon that's forward enough to really make a difference in this battle.
Yep, he's got one in the bottom right, but that's not close enough.
Yeah, it's a bit further away, so, I mean, every pylon you get, the further back you push the warp-ins.
How much more energy is left on the mothership core, do you know? Does he have enough to do anything with that?
No, not right this second, I don't think. Should be pretty low on that. So here we go. He's starting to push forward once again. These roaches pushing up, though, and looks like he's going to be able to take out these zealots, but that is a lot of stalkers.
All right, the roaches are now coming back here. A massive blink. I don't know if that was the right move there to blink everything. And, you know, with being chased on that creep, I mean, the roaches really get to eke out extra damage.
YongHwa continuing to warp in as many units as possible. He's going to lose this pylon now. He has to warp in even further back. This is the last one that isn't in his main base. So he's definitely got to keep that one up.
Nice burrow there.
Yeah, and seeing that he has burrow at this point is just such a scary thing for YongHwa. Look at this. No. He knows that there's traps. And he has.
Well,
he just has no detection.
This attack's pretty much done. I mean, there's not.
It's going to be a hard one for him to end up winning with. That's for sure.
The roaches come rushing up now.
And no sentries left at all here. A lot of queens and roaches. All this zealots just about disappearing before they can even attack.
The blink is quite strong, but so is the transfuse here from the queens. We saw again another massive blink here, which means that there's not much more that he can do micro-wise with these stalkers would try to run. Blinking now in chunks instead of individually.
And you know what? You've got that mothership core as well. Still plenty of Zerg units here. And GG. Life with a nice hold.
Nice effort there from YongHwa. I totally get why he did that strategy on a map like that against an opponent like Life, but it was not enough.
No, it certainly was not. Kind of cool that he tries mixing that 4-gate, but Life, you know, he's a player that plays He has like, we used to call it star sense.
Yeah.
He really kind of knows what's going on. He figures it out really quickly. That quick spine crawler was like just so
key.
important. His
That was
hold at the top of the
essential.
ramp. Well, as soon as he held at the top of the ramp, man, it was started to really go in his favor. So great play. But that's okay because next map, I think YongHwa will choose something a little bit smaller.
I think it's going to be tough though for